Dun, dun. Yeah, NZT-CAD I'm definitely looking at for this week. I've just been looking at the pairs from last week. I'm gonna now look through all of the markets. So I'm gonna do normal speed. I really haven't looked at all of these pairs. I'm gonna be completely honest. I just looked at the ones from last week. So there might be some good ones. Again, NZT-CAD doing exactly what we mentioned. This was the day trade that we kind of had lining up, but we're going to build out a new series of confluences for this new trade that is to come. So pretty much called the pullback. Once we get the pullback, we then need once we get the pullback, we need to have the pullback to now this area to continue to sell us down. We already know that. I actually like this. I like how the daily time frame has done this huge daily wick because 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10 times, it'll usually fill that. It's usually going to fill that wick, obviously, if you're bearish in that direction. So I strongly believe we are going to fill this wick tomorrow. Reasoning why: we're bearish in the daily. We're rejecting a very strong level of support and resistance. I don't know. I really like how this type of candlestick is forming right now. When we go down to the 4-hour, the only thing I don't like is that the 4-hour is bullish, but we know why it is bullish because the daily had to have that pullback. So the 4-hour went temporarily bullish to have that pullback. So we can still take the trade. We only have one time frame in sync, which is the daily time frame to take the trade short. So when you go build out your confluences, you're just not going to have that good of a trade. I personally myself am either looking for a break under here and then a retest to then sell, or I'll wait for price to come back into this area. And then here I will wait for a shift of structure to then take the trade to the downside. But yet again, I still feel the most ideal trade setup is there, right? So that's for NZD-CAD. Let me actually mark this off right here. Breaking zone. USD-JPY. Did anybody catch this? This was perfect. I mean, the trades really don't get any simpler than this. I see my boy Saka got it. It really doesn't get any simpler than this. The market literally moves in steps. Just catch that step. That was the step. You guys could go back to last week's, I think it is. And I said, we're going to go to 3 areas. We're either going to go to area of interest 1, reject, area of interest 2, reject, or area of interest 3 and reject. First area, when you go down to the 4-hour, there's literally no sign of slowing down. There's no bearish momentum here. So there's no reason you should have taken the trade, and there's no shift of structure. I am seeing the shift of structure right here. We are having a higher high, higher low, higher high. Look at that 4-hour bearish engulfing, shifting the structure. If this is clear, type 1. If it is not clear, type 2. I just want to make sure all of you guys are 100% up to speed. Perfect. Everybody got ones. Perfect. Literally exactly would be looking for a trade right here. I didn't take it because I was focused on AUD JPY, and I'm pretty much taking the same trade because they're both JPY pairs, but it's right there. It really doesn't get any simpler than that. For this week, I don't like it because if you notice, we already got that wick pullback. And like I always mention, I like to sell either at a weekly or daily area of interest. We technically sold at both, at a daily and a weekly area of interest, unless this trade, for whatever reason, somehow manages to come back here. And then that's where I'll look to sell. But honestly, the trade is technically gone unless you want to take it based off of a daily zone. So if you want, you can take it off of this zone right here, where it would have some okay touches. You could have this right here. You have support, 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 support. If you can get a nice daily pullback into this level, you can take the trade short. But notice how all I'm doing is just placing horizontal lines. Whenever we break through this area, I'm just waiting for the pullback at the area of interest, and then we sell. It's getting easier and easier and easier and easier, I'm sure, to seeing these things happen time and time again. So now the next thing would just be wait for the next step to then get the next step down. but I'm honestly not interested in it. I do think USD JPY is going to have huge bearish move. I think USD JPY will hit all the way to these lows right here. What do I think is going to happen before that? I think it's going to probably mess around for a little bit and then have a huge drop, mess around, and then just somehow make it here very fast. But as of right now, I'm not interested in it. Euro GBP, I'm still very much interested in it. I'm still waiting for this daily pullback right here. I wouldn't consider this, none of these, an elbow. So this is still one higher high move. It still needs the higher low to give us the higher high. And again, we know that the 4 hours is going to have to go bearish to get to that point. So I'll wait for it to get there. So for now, this is here. We'll put USD JPY at the bottom. AUD JPY. I wish I would have held this trade. like literally all I had to do. Like when I look back at these trades, all you have, oh, you're still in. Oh, that's fire, Giancarlo. That's fire. Like all you literally have to do is nothing. Nothing. You don't have to do anything. Like if you can forget your password to your MT4 and just throw your phone out the window, you would make so much more money than taking another trade. Like does that make any sense? How does that make sense? You know, obviously it's very difficult for one to at the beginning understand it, but when you see it time and time again, it's like, bro, the less you do, the more you make. It's not the more trades you take, the more money you're going to make. That's just not how this works. This is not, you know, a job or the gym. Like the more repetitions, the bigger you're going to get. Not necessarily in trading. That's just not, or at least the style that I trade, right? The style that I trade is like, bro, the less you do, the better. Trust me. So I could have held this trade. I closed this trade out at a 1 to 3. And if I would have held this trade, I would have now been up almost a 1 to 6. Just doing nothing. Like it's insane to me, you know. And it's supposed to be that simple. And I was supposed to hold this trade to this point right here, to the previous structure level, because that's just how it's supposed to be. That's literally, if I'm selling at a daily area of interest, I'm supposed to have a daily take profit. I just wanted to get some profits before the year ended. I guess it was more of like a personal thing versus a logical thing. So I guess that's kind of what fucked me up. So it's a mistake on my end. But there it is. It's like, it's just perfect. I mean, I don't, you know, it's just repeating the same thing every single week. And, you know, I know you guys are seeing it again and again and again. But yeah, you just have to do nothing. So now for AUD JPY, the trades, it's gone. If you didn't get in here, pretty much gone. There's no reasoning. We already know this. Like, look at this trade, guys. Like, look at this trade. Are you guys seeing? This is beautiful. This is literally beautiful. Everything that we have here is to the perfection. But now we are not going to buy the trade because we're pulling up to a support and we can't enter a sell right here. Let's say we enter a sell right here. The take profit's too short because it's we're like already at the daily area. So in order for us to take this next sell, we would have to wait for a new lower low, wait for the pullback, take the trade short. So sadly, AUD JPY, it is gone. So this will take another 2-3 weeks to be ready. By the time it's ready, we'll be trading another pair. GBP JPY was one of the pairs that didn't play out. And this is the importance of waiting for the pullback, everything you're looking for. So AUD JPY, and this is the importance of trading with the trend. Right here, you can tell that we were waiting for this breakout to have the pullback to take the trade to the upside. I was actually looking to take this trade and I was probably borderline ready to take it. But I'm like, you know what? It's the end of the year. Like if this would have been any other week, I would have taken it because it's doing exactly what I wanted to do. So there's no reason I shouldn't take it because I was going to take the counter trend trade buy to the upside. I was going to take it to trade from here to around this area. But this right here shows you that the simple probabilities of you taking a buy against the trend is nowhere near as strong as taking the sell. This is a perfect example of just less trading is better for you. So this trade obviously didn't play out. For this week, I'm good, honestly. I'm not interested in doing anything. It just doesn't look how this looked when I was looking to take it, or it just didn't look how this looked. And if it doesn't look like that, I don't need to trade it. I'm just simply not interested. USD CAD. USD CAD. I mean, who showed me this a week or two ago? I think it was one of you guys. You guys remember that we had this pullback here to this buy? I think it was one of you guys that it was perfectly. Wow, that's crazy. Oh no, I think you guys showed me already after the move, and you guys were waiting for this pullback, and it never happened. Okay, so well, it happened right here, which is insane. You guys are seeing this, right? You guys are seeing this left head, right shoulder, the break above the neckline, bullish engulfing. You guys are seeing this, right? Like it's just the same thing time and time. Like it's literally textbook trades happening all of the time. So as of right now, this one I'm good as well. Not looking at anything here. GBP USD. So we are technically bullish on the weekly. Daily on daily we are technically bearish, and then the 4-hour we are a little choppy. I don't like this. I don't like how we're all the way down here, and then I don't like how we're here. I'm just good. If it's too complicated, I'm not gonna make something up. USD CAD, I mean AUD USD, technically bearish. Daily is bearish. 4-hour is bearish. Oh no, bullish. I'm good as well. It's too complicated. Gold. We are bullish, bullish. And then, I mean, this one's pretty self-explanatory. So just wait for a pullback, take the trade long. So this would be my area of interest. Put it to the left. Is it respected? I mean, it's okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe if we get a little bit of a retracement now to the create this higher low, we can probably get the trade to the upside. If we go down to the 4-hour, yeah, little trade like that would look nice. So this one's looking okay. NZD USD. NZD USD right now, we are technically bearish on the weekly. The daily time frame, we are technically bearish as well. I don't really like this zone here. We're technically bearish on the daily as well. Let's take this off. Let's take this off. And then on the 4-hour, we are technically bearish as well. This one's actually looking very solid. So we have weekly bearish, we have daily bearish, we had our high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, lower, low. But we're pulling up to either previous structure point right here. And then we drag this more to the left. If you notice, is it a well-respected area? Let's see. I mean, nothing crazy. Can we get around psychological level in here? Yes, we can. So we'll zone this off right here. Daily bearish engulfing. 4-hour is bearish as well. So we already had the shift of structure. Now we're retesting structure level on the 4-hour. Go down to the 1-hour. Perfect pullback retracement. Yeah, this is looking solid. I mean, if this right here closes at like a bearish engulfing, I'll take this trade perfectly. And then I'll put my stops. If this is the entry right here, try to put my stops. I don't know, depends where my take profit is. If my take, oh, that shit was too small. So let's see, let's put this wide. So if I'm selling here, my minimum take profit has to be previous structure level. 1 to 2 is solid. Obviously, this is pretty much overdue because if you realize this daily time frame has gone completely bullish structure. All of this bullish structure was just to create that weekly lower high. You guys are seeing the beauty of that, right? So now that the daily time frame has fully shifted bearish, now we can probably be ready to do something like this to create that weekly lower low. So this is pretty interesting. This does look solid. We'll bring this one up to the top. Like how, again, I mean, it's the same thing as NZD CAD. They both have that. So it's another confluence to add because they both kind of look the same. So it's pretty dope. I just need like a bearish engulfing. We get a nice rejection here from the 4-hour. Get a rejection here from the 30-minute EMA. Yeah, this trade's looking solid. So we'll put here an alarm as if it were to close around here. Bearish engulfing, because if it has a bear, like if my alarm gets hit, that means that a candlestick closed under this one, meaning it's a bearish engulfing. Does that make sense? Type 1 if yes, type 2 if no. So to make sure you guys get why we put the alarm here. Perfect, perfect. So yeah, kind of what we're looking for here. This one's fire. Oh, okay, I see a lot of you guys were interested in it. So we got NZD, USD, USD CAD. I think we already looked at this one. No, we didn't. USD CAD, weekly, daily. I'm good. Euro JPY, weekly time frame. If you guys notice, all of the JPYs move the same. So this is kind of something good to take into consideration because NZD might move the same this week. So all of these might have a very nice move. Euro USD, I am good. Yeah, I mean, you can kind of keep getting these little day trades. But again, I'm looking for the nights. I want to buy at this area or sell at these areas right here, you know, like the biggest structure points. Here it does look nice on the lower time frames, but just not right now. Don't really not really interested in that right now. NZD JPY again played out perfectly. It was a JPY pair. We see respect to structure. So we'll take this off. GBP CHF. GBP CHF, I am good. CAD JPY, I am good. And I see you guys were mentioning GBP AUD. AUD. Check it out on Oanda. Take this off, this off, this off. All right, so right now here, the weekly time frame, it is technically bullish. Daily time frame is technically bearish, and the 4-hour is technically bearish. So we're looking for a trade. It'd probably have to be a little day trade. You come here, it's approaching a nice zone. We mark it off more to the left. Very, very nice zone. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 taps. So we're closing under that zone now. Is it around psychological level? I mean, yeah, if you want to push it a little bit up to the upside, the zone, sure. You can call it a little around psychological. You just got to bring the bottom up a little bit so it's not too big of a zone. But you notice we got some wicks all through this upside, wicks through here. So I would consider that a nice zone. Then next we got on the 4-hour. The 4-hour now technically went bullish. So this right now is looking like this. So it's a little choppy. So we have weekly bullish, daily bearish, 4-hour bullish, because if you notice right here, we have lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high. So pretty choppy, looks good, not interested in it. For this week, I will only be interested in NZD USD for sure as my number one, along with NZD CAD. If you notice, the importance of waiting for that bearish engulfing, like the importance of waiting for it, because if you never get the bearish engulfing, you never took the trade, and then you never, because like if you don't get a bear, let's say we did this trade right here, how do we know where to put our stops? Like where do we know where is like the last potential point? You know what I mean? So I like doing this. I like leaving like the risk to reward how I had it, because like, oh fuck it, I said I'm gonna put the stop loss right here, 30 pips. but that might not be a logical point to put stop loss based off of market structure. So yeah, we'll wait to see what happens. And then Euro GBP, we will wait for the pullback to that level. And yeah,